all of you that are like, okay, I'm getting way too many unsubscribes because your methods of communication to the viewer, to the person that it lands on, is being seen as transactional and not relational, okay? So the first thing you can do is to just tweak your text messages. And for the next week or 2 weeks, if you're going to send a text, just make it about them not trying to schedule an appointment. Make it about something that's giving them value. Maybe you send them to a video you created. Maybe you send them to a Loom that's like something specific on Invisalign. Maybe you send them to a quick little video that you're like, oh my God, I wanted to share this with you. We did this in our office. Hey, John, look at this new toy I got in my practice. Click, boom, that's a text message. All you're doing is they're clicking on the message and they're like, oh my God, look at this new toy I got in the office. And maybe you got a scanner, maybe you got whatever it is. Look at this thing, it's awesome. It's amazing, I want to share it with you. And you're just using it. So they click on the text and they see you using the toy that you got in your practice, right? It's just branding. That is more interesting than, hey, come in, we're getting, we're doing a cleaning package this month. So ask yourself, are a lot of my communications transactional? Have they been transactional? And a lot of times the answer will be like, yes, they have. How can I make them a little bit more personal so they build relationship? Simple personal ones. And then you'll get more engagement. You'll get people texting you back. Oh my God, Doc, that's awesome. No way, you were in a snowstorm. I didn't know you ski. Like something personal. I'll give you a good example. Murray does this really well. Maybe he knows this, maybe he doesn't. It's part of his psychology. I have a lot of people on my, we have thousands on our text message, right, list. And Murray's one of the few people that, he'll send me messages like, we were in Cape Cod. We went sailing the other day. We had shrimp. We did this. And at first I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And it's just part of his psychology. I'm like, I get a chance to get to know what he's doing. And I get a chance to get to know him. And I'm like, it's really neat that he's just so cool like this. That is a text message I'm not going to delete, right? It's the same psychology you need to use with your patients. And I'm assuming, Murray, you've done this with your patient base to different levels and different degrees. Because I know obviously you have a lot of patients and maybe you're not sharing everything with everyone, but it's a personality trait which can be learned, which can be developed, right? And he says even I need to do more of it, but it's good to point this out because I'm like, wow, he just celebrated his birthday, or he had, his family with them, or they're going up here. How do I know he goes to Cape Cod and all that stuff? Because it's on his text message, right? So I'm like, okay, this is cool. Yesterday, he was like, I was parked, I think it was next to a Dunkin' Donuts, right? You were in the car, you weren't driving. How do I know that level of detail? Because it's a personal thing. You're building relational value, right? Those text messages, you're not going to delete or unsubscribe from, all right? And I do the same thing. If I can do more of those and I'm building relational value, then it's going to nurture my list. It's going to strengthen my list so that way people don't unsubscribe. And don't get me wrong, people will unsubscribe from your texts and your emails. The net effect is more people will stay on, fewer people will unsubscribe. More people stay on, fewer unsubscribe. You saw, I showed you one of our open rates. One of our emails was ridiculous, like 40%. It's unheard of these days. Well, we're just slowly building that value, right? So don't get discouraged if you do get unsubscribes on your emails or your text messages. Just ask yourself, hey, let me start being a little bit more relational, and it's that simple. It's really that easy. And if people unsubscribe, hey, look, I'll tell you this. We sent out a lot of text messages yesterday for our training and a webinar. We had one person in like thousands that got sent out that sent back, a profanity, right? That sent back an expletive, right? That was like, oh my God, go, whatever. It doesn't bug me, whatever. Like their frustration is not my focus, right? My focus is How can I serve? How can I be here for the audience, for the patient? And that's the same thing with you, right? The frustration of that one patient you had last month is not your focus. Your focus is, how can I serve? How can I deliver to the patients I do have?